Sopanam 5. Svikritastvaya prema bhavatah hridi niveshito yasmi madhyaja. The mount of the divine bull, Rishabhāchala. The memory of the divine form of the mysterious Brahmana kept Shiva Guru awake for long that night. Two divine names from Sri Rudram kept reverberating within him. Namah Kapardinecha Vyukta Keshayacha. Prostrations to the one with matted locks, prostrations to the one with shaven head. Absorbed in the vibrations of the chant, Shiva Guru slowly dozed off. A divine dream stream flowed into his sleep. There he saw the silver Mount Kailasa shining in the sparkling white light of the moon. Within that cool, heart-soothing light, he saw Hatakeshwara, the effulgent being, seated on the Mahayoga Pitha, immersed in Samadhi. The matted hair flying against the crescent moon that spread silvery comely light all over the mountain of ice, illumining the entire vision. The body shining like burnished gold, resembling the sun at dusk. The face glowing, radiant with the inner light. The milky white ashes of bhasma on the forehead. Beautifully curved eyebrows, half-closed eyelids resembling lotus petals. Enclosing eyes immersed in the effulgence of the self prevailing within the heart. A blossoming smile evoked by the overflowing bliss of the self. Cheeks flushed with radiant joy. The blue throat signifying sacrifice. Broad shoulders. An expansive chest sporting Devanagas, that is divine serpents. The right palm on top of the left, placed on the lap like a full-blown lotus, clothed in elephant skin. The left leg folded over the right knee, the right leg reaching down, with the toe alone touching the earth. An absolutely flawless golden form. Thus he saw the form of Siddheshwara bathed in light known only to yogis. Along with it, the mantra Namah Kapardinecha arose within. Kapardi means one with matted hair. While being absorbed in the divine vision of Lord Shiva, a brilliant glow of light emanated from it. That radiant glow gradually transformed into the form of a divine sage with a shaven head, and the mantra Vyukta Keshaya Cha arose within. Yukta Kesha means the one with no hair on the head. Then he saw both these forms dissolving in a radiant lingam, and the lingam shining on a hilltop. He also heard a voice from the heavens announcing, "This hill is Rishabhāchala." The whole experience was as clear as though happening in the waking state. Shiva Guru woke up at dawn with a vivid memory of the vision. After completing his early morning anushtanas and daily panchakshara japa, he narrated to Arya Devi the dream and the incident with the Brahmin from the previous day. Later on, he inquired with many about such a temple. Some Vaniks, that is business travelers and bards, informed them that beyond the river Purna there was a hill called Rishabhāchala, which is today's Thrissur. Here, Shiva, the Lord of Compassion, had manifested in the form of a lingam, and King Rajashekara built a temple there, as instructed by the Lord himself. This Shivalingam has manifested as a Vibhuti, indicating the forthcoming divine avatara of Shankara, says Sankara Vijaya. Tato Mahesha Kila Keraleshu Shrimad Vrishadrau Karuna Samudraha तटे स्वयं भूलिंगात्मना नंगधगा विरासीत. Before long, on an auspicious day, the couple set out for the land of Shiva, Trishivapperur or Trishu. In those days, the river Purna flowed near the temple of Rishabhāchaleshwara, now Vadakunnada. After a holy dip in the river, they began their austerities. They performed Panchakshara Japa, standing neck deep in water, did puja, abhisheka, and offered flowers to the Lord while chanting Vedic hymns. Thus they continued their austerities for a long period, eating only fruits and fasting on special days. One night, Shiva Guru had a vision. Deva kripa paravasho dvijaveshadhari pratyakshatam Shiva Gurum gata atanidram provacha bho kim abhivanchasi kim tapasте putrarthiteti vachanam sajagada vipraha. Lord Shiva appeared in the form of a sage and asked, Hey Vipra, hey Brahmana, what do you want? Why this penance? O Lord, please bless me with a son. Do you want only one son who is all-knowing but with a short lifespan, or many ordinary children with long lifespans? Sarvajñam ekamapi sarvagurnopapannam alpayusham athava bhuryayushaha bahun viparita kamste. Bhagavan, give me one son with divine qualities and profound true knowledge. Hey Bhagavan, putrostu me bahugunaha prathithanubhavaha sarvajñah. Your wish will be fulfilled. Your penance has borne fruit. Now go back home with your wife. Purno bhavishyasi he dvija griham gaccha daraihi saha. With this, Shiva Guru woke up. Shesham nisham vyapanayat parame samadhau. The remaining part of the night was spent in deep meditation, Shiva Dhyana. The same night, Arya Devi had a vision of a divine radiance entering her womb. They returned to their village and began Agni Sandhana. Resuming the Agnihotra that is interrupted on account of travel is termed Vichinnagni Sandhanam. The fire has to be kindled again by churning the Arani. Soon it became known that Aryamba had conceived. Garbham Dadhara Shiva Garbham Asau Mrigakshi. The Divine Lady bore the Lord in her womb. Divine Incarnation. Days and months went by. Aryamba had several divine visions. In her dreams, she saw Shiva riding the bull, followed by Sanaka, Sanandana, and other sages. In the daytime, even while awake, she saw divine visions. Thus, Arya Devi's days and nights were filled with profound tranquility. Her mind often stood still like a waveless ocean. These signs indicated the divine nature of the being growing in her womb. As per tradition, the ritual Pumsavanam was held in the 3rd month and Seemanto Nayanam in the 6th month. In the 10th month, the divine child was born at the Abhijit Muhurta of the month of Vaishaka, Mesha, in the Karkitaka Lagna on the day of Shukla Panchami, that is the 5th day after the new moon, in the star Punarvasu. Lagne Shubhe Shubhayute Sushubhe Kumaram Shri Parvativa Sukhini Shubhavikshite cha Jaya Sati Shivaguro Nijatunga Samsthe Surye Kuje Ravisute Cha Gurau Cha Kendre. On an auspicious Lagna, when all auspicious planets stood in the appropriate positions, Shivaguru's devout wife gave birth to the divine child, like Sri Parvati gave birth to Lord Subramanya. Evam Mahamahimani Samaye Shobhanodaye Sa Devi Sushuve Putram Kumara Samatejasam Samsaratapataptana Piyusha Salilashayam Hamsam Shrutyanta Padmana Jñāna Vairagya Vigraham Dvadashatmanam Ajñāna Timidadhvasta Chakshusha Shreshtham Paramahamsana Gurunam Paramam Gurum Tena sa shushubhe devi kumare narkavarchasa tattvamarthaikya bodhena yatha bhagavati shruti avirbhute jagannathe shankare lokashankare Sarvameva jagat sadyah tamo muktamiva babhu. At that most auspicious time, that Devi gave birth to a son who was radiant like the primordial Kumara. By the birth of a son who was like a cool lake of nectar for those tormented by the sufferings of samsara. Like a swan which remains hidden inside the lotus flower of the Shruti, the embodiment of Jñāna and Vairagya, the radiant sun of knowledge to those blinded by the darkness of ignorance, the best among Paramahamsas, the Guru of all Gurus. Aryamba Devi shone forth like the goddess Shruti who gives the knowledge of the oneness of Jiva and Brahman. When Lord Shankara, the greatest benefactor of the world, appeared as Shankara, the entire world instantaneously appeared as if rid of darkness. The midwife announced the news of the child's birth. A baby boy is born, shining like burnished gold. Shivaguru was chanting Sri Rudram at that time. As the news of the child's birth was received while chanting the mantra Namah Shankaraya Cha in the Anuvaka Somaya Cha and on, the informal naming ceremony of the child took place within the heart of Shivaguru. Ajamapi Jani Yogam Prapadaishvarya Yoga Agati Chagati Mattham Prapadekam Hyanekam Vividha Vishaya Dharma Grahi Mukdhe Kshananam Pranata Bhaya Vihantr Brahmayatannatosmi. Due to the deluding power of the Lord, the unborn appears to be born, the unmoving appears to move, the one appears to be manifold. I worship that absolute being who is misapprehended as having innumerable attributes by the ignorant, and who is the remover of fear of those who take refuge in him. Our real nature is absolute existence, birthless, deathless, changeless, pure Chitsukha, blissful consciousness, the self or the Atman. It is the Ahankara, the ego that appears as I, delimited by the body. This I thought is Mula avidya, that is primal ignorance. If the nature of this I thought is enquired into, the real nature of the I will shine forth. That is Paramatma himself. Shivam Shivakaram Shantam Shivatmanam Shivottamam Shivamarga Pranetaram Pranatosmi Sada Shivam. Auspicious, bestower of benediction, ever peaceful, the divine self, the supreme being, the revealer of the divine path, unto him, Sadashiva, the ever gracious one, I bow. Thus ends the 5th Sopanam. Here are some slokas from Bhagavatpada Abhyudaya pertaining to Acharya's birth. Madhumase site pakshe Uchchasthe graha panchake Nakshatre rudra devake Rudram shattvavabodhake Purnatma jnana pishune Purnakhe panchami tithau Trayatmanyuchhamarude Trayimurtitvalakshake Jagadgurutvam Vadator Guruvoruchamupeyusho Mandarayosho Shritayo Shritamandaraterino